Okay. Oh, check this out. FSD, first time in, version 13.21. Let's go. All right, we got some nav in. Yep, it's gonna take us down Leucadia Boulevard. It's gonna be the perfect place to test. Here we go. All right, here we go. First drive on version 13, FSD Cybertruck. Super excited about this. I think all of us Cybertruck owners are full self-driving super users because we paid so much for it with the Foundation series. This is always a great test. This turn here, it never pulls up far enough, and there's this palm tree blocking over here, but it did a pretty good job here. Did a pretty good job. That's a little better than it was doing in any version 12 FSD pulling out of there. Pulled up a little further and was a little more assertive. That's good stuff. All right, everything's feeling normal. I'm interested to see how it stops at stop signs and stoplights. It was stopping very abruptly on the last version of FSD, which was weird. It definitely kind of regressed. Here we have a flashing yellow turn signal. So we're gonna see if it can handle this, if it knows how to read this. We have an oncoming car. Is it gonna know to yield? It does yield. And it handled that quite nicely. Left turn here. Had a nice radius on that. Still a tiny bit sharper on that left turn radius than I would like, but acceptable. Definitely well within the acceptable range. Okay. Cruising here. Uh-oh. Looks like I may need to give it some speed offset. Yep, let's go max speed offset and turn it all the way up. 50%, wow. All right, 40% recommended. Let's go to 40%. All right, wants a little attention because I was looking at the screen. Understandable. We're still cruising at the standard speed. You know what, it looks like there's different modes here. Ah, we can put it in chill, standard, or hurry mode. That is super cool. I'm pumped about that. Let's see how standard feels. Speed, relative, yep, we got an offset of 30 miles per hour, so should be able to go above the speed limit within reason. Expanded full self-drive visualization, yes. All right, I think the settings are where we want it. Let's see. Oops, let's see, come on, come on. I want to expand this full self-drive. Why can't I? There. All right, it's asking for some more attention because I'm looking at the screen. A little quick on the stop there. Now we're stuck behind some traffic that's going to be taking a left turn up here for a freeway entrance. So I'm a little disappointed it hasn't moved into the middle lane because we would avoid all of this. So we're going to see if it stays in this lane or if it moves over. It really should move over because that's where 3 traffic wants to be. And we're way backed up right now. But I'm gonna try to go for no interventions just to see what this thing can do. Oh, light is green. All right, let's go. Oh, nice, you know what? I feel like it started inching forward a little sooner from the get-go there, which I really like. Man, I really wanted to change lanes here. It's still not. All right. Waiting at a light. See, if it would have changed lanes there into the middle lane, we would have already been through this light and we would have been on our way to the beach. What's cool is we're heading down to a famous coffee shop here in Encinitas called Panikin. That puts us down around the coast, and we'll do a coastal cruise for you guys. I'm so lucky to live in Encinitas, it's unbelievable. One of the nicest places you can live, I think, in the world. We happened to buy a house in 2014, thank God, because now it would be nearly impossible. But yeah, great place to live. We'll give you a little tour here. So we're going from essentially the Encinitas Ranch golf course. You can look that up. And we're headed west on Leucadia Boulevard down to the coast. Now, Leucadia Boulevard is interesting because first of all, we see here there's the 5 freeway going north to south here. This is the major highway. First, we got to navigate this. It's stuck in a turning lane. It needs to get out, and a Range Rover's not making room. Nice, thanks a lot there, lady. So there's a Chinner Range Rover that wouldn't make room, but it navigated that all right. She also wouldn't make eye contact. I wonder why. All right, so now we're in the correct lane. It chose this lane later than I would have liked to see that. Yep, recording's still looking good. All right, we got a green light. Oh, it lagged a bit on that get-go. Too much space in between me and the truck in front of me. Could have gotten moving quicker. We're gonna have a little merge coming up here. There's a car next to me here that's trying to pull into the slot ahead of me because he sees this huge gap. All right, get some braking now. We're gonna be coming up to our first roundabout here. We're gonna see how it handles a roundabout. These roundabouts usually don't have a whole lot of traffic coming in and out. Yeah, there's nothing to yield to, so it should just move through this without hesitation. Throws a blinker on, which is always funny on a roundabout, especially one that size, when really we're just going straight and it threw on a right blinker. It's like slightly embarrassing. Cruising up to a stop sign. All right, this is going to be the first stop sign. This is a huge complaint I've had with FSD up till now, is that it stops for way too long at a stop sign. Let's see what it does here. Go, go, go. Still way too long of a stop. I can't believe they haven't fixed that yet. It's so awkward and so embarrassing to stop that long at a stop sign. It's like, just pause and keep it moving. You know, there's no one there to stop for. Just pause and get moving. Here we go. The blinker's back on the roundabout for no good reason. We're really just going straight here. A normal human would not put on a blinker there. Here we have a pretty complex intersection coming up. There's train tracks up here. Railroad crossing that can pop off. It pops off frequently. Hopefully we don't have to deal with that today. For some reason, the blinker is on right now. Which actually isn't right, because there's 2 intersections here. And the turn we want to make is one light past this light. So it's not correct to indicate that we want a left turn right now, because that means we'd be turning on Vulcan. We want to be turning on Pacific Coast Highway. So we should wait for the blinker to go on until we pass this first light. So this is not great, what's happening here. This blinker should really not be on right now. Again, a lot of my major complaints with FSD are what I would call blinker embarrassment. It's where it throws the blinker on too soon, leaves it on for too long. And here's a perfect example. We're sitting in an intersection with a blinker on when it shouldn't even be on at this point, because we need to cross through this next light before we indicate which way we're going. But I'm gonna live with it. I'm living with the embarrassment of this blinker. So yeah, if I was an engineer at Tesla, I'd really just recommend to you, just cut down the lead-in time for a blinker. Blinker can come on later. Doesn't have to come on so soon. It's embarrassing. And often you don't want to put on a blinker too soon, because other drivers will see that and they'll often close the gap on you. You know, a blinker like this assumes the drivers are going to be nice, when in fact most of the time drivers aren't nice. When people see you put on a blinker, they often close the gap and work against you. Anyway, here we go, cruising through this intersection without issue. That was nice. So I need to add a stop now. Let's go to Seaside. Cardiff Seaside Market. Add a stop. Ooh! Rammed over that speed hump without slowing down. That could be improved. Thank God we're in a truck where it can handle speed bumps like that. We got another, nope, this is not a speed hump. We just have traffic slowing down. Welcome to downtown Leucadia. Here's the famous Panikin Bakery Cafe. Really cool spot. Great place to meet up with friends. Get a muffin, croissant, hang out. Have some friends that live down here. They're now on their second property, built up an amazing dream property down here. It's incredible. They really had to work their butt off to pull it off, so congrats to their family. We're west of the 5 here, what they call. Anything west of the 5 is ultra premium real estate because we're so close to the coast. Just 1 block to the right here is the coast. And you have great surf, great beaches. We threw on another blinker there at that roundabout, which is ridiculous. We shouldn't be throwing on a blinker just to be going straight. All right, we're gonna be passing some bikers in the bike lane here. There's really not a lot we can do. It slowed down a little, which was smart there because that biker, of course, is committed to riding next to his biker buddy instead of in front of him where he should be riding. And he was swerving a bit into the lane, so the Cybertruck was cautious there, which was good. That's actually exactly what I would have done, which is very cool. Oh, you know what? Can I change routes? I really don't want to take this right. Ah, fine. We'll let it take the route it wants. It's going to change from Pacific Coast Highway to Vulcan Avenue, which is a block east. I would have rather just stay on Pacific Coast Highway so you guys could check out downtown Encinitas, but it is more crowded. I'm sure it does take longer. There's more complications going through downtown Encinitas here. Again, I would normally just change the route, but I don't want to intervene. This is one feature I wish we had, that I could actively drag the route. Once it's established, I would love to be able to change the route on the fly. Like, why can't I change this route? Is there a way? Is there a way to change the route? Ah, I see. It has another recommended route here, taking the highway, but I'm not interested in that. I want to just take Pacific Coast Highway, and it won't let me. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's interesting. So I could add a stop. Maybe that would do it, but it's too late now. We're in the turn lane. Here we go. We got a green arrow. The reaction time on that was acceptable, slightly slower than I would drive it. It correctly got in the right lane here for this upcoming right turn. You know what? Let's end the trip. Now, navigate home. All right, we're navigating home. We got a new destination. We're just gonna do this loop and call it a day. That was nice. It changed all the nav without me having to intervene. Everything's looking good. It's taking the route that I would take to get home. Acceptable, get going there. You know what? Let's change this into hurry mode. Let's see what the difference feels like. Hurry, here we go. All right, we're now in hurry mode. I want to see if the get off the line dynamics is a little a little better. I always find it's a bit slow to get moving off of a stop. Definitely one major complaint that I have. I would like to see it just get its ass moving a little quicker. I would naturally get moving a little quicker. Here's the first example of it now in hurry mode. Let's see if this helps. Get this shit out of here. Tells me 7 minutes to get home. Wow, put 7,000 miles on this rig. You know what's great about owning a Cybertruck? Just a little sidebar, is that I'm always looking for a reason to drive now. I got no problems jumping in the car to go pick up, my kid or go run an errand if my wife needs something. I'm always looking for a reason to jump in the Cybertruck because this thing rules. When people ask me if I like my Cybertruck, I tell them I love it more every day. It's an absolute 10 out of 10. I think it's the best vehicle ever engineered without a doubt. So if you're wondering, that's my answer. Sure, I probably have confirmation bias because, I spent a good chunk of change on this, but I really do believe it. I came from a Ram 1500 Laramie edition that was built up to be like an overlanding, amazing truck. I loved it. I always wondered if I would have buyer's remorse moving to the Cybertruck. Nothing could be further from the truth. I absolutely love this Cybertruck. It's in a whole different league of vehicles than any other vehicle I've ever experienced. If you're wondering if you want to get one, just get one. You won't regret it. It's amazing. All right, we're just chugging along through some intersection traffic here. Not noticing anything much different about the hurry mode. It may be following a little closer here, maybe moving a little more assertively, which I think I like. Nice lane change there. That's just what I would have done. Yeah, what's funny here is it's kind of changing lanes in the intersections a little. I don't believe you're supposed to do that. I think you're supposed to wait until you pass through an intersection before you change lanes, but not unlike something I might do on a normal basis if I see it's wide open and clear. Just at the end of the intersection, just kind of move in. Getting some annoying traffic. I don't know why there's so many people out on the road right now. It's noon. Because it's lunchtime. People are out and about. It's still lagging a bit to get moving here. It's still allowing, I feel like, a little too big of a gap to open up with the car in front of me. Especially in hurry mode, I'd like to see it a little more aggression. Here's an interesting opportunity. The way I would take a left turn here is I would move into this center lane and just queue up behind that turning lane. Because if we don't, we're gonna miss that light. And there is, yellow lines here, so I'm not sure technically the legality of it, but as you'll see, this car passing here is doing what I'm describing. It's gonna pull into that turning lane, which is what I would always normally do. But for some reason, Cybertruck does not trust that it should do that. Oh, red lights, come on. It's kind of sad here in Encinitas. You see this open space to my left. That's going to be developed. Across the street there on the corner is a massive development coming in. They're trying to stack all of our open space with giant condo and apartment complexes to try to deal with the affordable housing crisis. When in reality, it's just a giant jackpot for developers because only 10 to 15% of these new units will be classified as affordable. So it doesn't solve any affordable housing crisis. It just creates these massive apartment blocks that potentially destroy the character of our neighborhood. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of developments like that in our neighborhood. But the truth is, we know that we have to do our part and allow new housing to come in, so it's all right. I mean, we're not actively going to city council to work against these developments. There is another lot on our avenue here that we did actively fight against, and it looks like we've successfully convinced the city to convert that into a park, which is huge, because we are taking in a lot of massive developments. You know, hundreds and hundreds of new units are coming in here on our street. We're happy to do our part, but we're not happy to carry the weight of the entire city's housing needs on our shoulders and completely decimating the character of our neighborhood. Anyway, those are the things that we think about when we live here in Encinitas. Such an awesome beach town, surf town. It has such a cool vibe. It's so laid back. Most people here are really cool. But houses are really expensive. Housing is super pricey. It's a super premium neighborhood now. All right, once again, that get up and go is a little slower than I'd like. I'd like to see it be a little more aggressive. I'm not detecting any difference in the hurry mode right now versus the standard. Here we go. We got a stop sign coming up. Let's see how it handles this. Go, go, go. Oh, still waits too long. I think legally Tesla is maybe required to come to a complete stop, when in reality with human drivers, with an uncontested intersection like that, we're just gonna kind of feel like we pause, but we might not come to a complete stop. So it feels strange to just take a complete pause. Oh, we have a pedestrian thinking about crossing. Nice. Cybertruck was cautious there, but it didn't jam on the brakes or anything. It saw the intent of what the person was trying to do, which was to run around the back of us. That was handled pretty much exactly as I would handle it, which is impressive. Here we have some construction. We have a new roundabout coming in here. Not going to be on any kind of mapping data. Let's see how it handles it. Throws the blinker on. Handled it like a normal roundabout. That was great. Exactly how I would have handled it, except for the blinker. I would not have used the blinker when we're just going straight. I could see legally how that is a right turn out of the roundabout. However, that's not the way that humans drive it. Got another stop sign coming up here. The dreaded stop sign. Oh, this was nice. It started coming off the gas nice and early. One piece of feedback I have for Tesla, or a mode that I would love to be able to enable, is use regenerative braking whenever possible to slow and stop for things, to avoid wearing the actual brakes. So start coming off the throttle early, use regen braking to come to a stop whenever possible. That would be a great option. Here we have a left turn with some faster moving traffic into kind of a weird entrance with an island. See how it handles it. Oh, we're waiting on somebody else. Nice, it's edging naturally forward. Oh yeah, took that perfectly, like human-like, which is better than it normally does. All right, heading onto my street. Got another guy who's got confused intent. Let's see what it does here. It's got a blinker on. Is it gonna pull into the driveway? Oh, it thought about it. I swear it wanted to. All right, well, didn't quite pull into the driveway, but it wanted to. I could feel that. It wanted it. I'll back it in here. Oops, let's go. Not my best parking job, but came in kind of steep and weird. Man, I can only imagine what it's like to try to park another vehicle. After you get used to this, it's so good with the cameras.